Pei Kun. Yes, hi, Pei Kun. Okay, Pei Kun, let's go through your homework that you have submitted for this NHF. I think thanks to you, I think I may have forgotten to share this with the class, everything, I'm not sure. So now let's go through this homework first. Then we are going to cover some set 4 homework as well as some set 4 content, as well as later we go through some SRQ that most of you have not submitted yet to Uncle Raymond. Okay, whatever reason is okay. Now, Pei Kun, you see, the first question is what can you infer? Okay, all these questions. Let me go through one by one that you have completed, that you have done. Okay, so let's go to this picture here. I think you've seen that. Okay, Xiao Xing, just in case you forget, you did not see it. Okay, this is the one of the SBQ. Okay, about diversity. Okay, then we're going to go through the first questions that Pei Kun has done, but let me look through the answer again. So Pei Kun, this is the answer. I told you this is like this, two inference, right? I can infer this, then don't mind, I will. Okay, who is Liang Di? Yao Yi is not in. Okay, look at Pei Kun, your answer, don't mind, just, okay, you see? Like this. So my advice is you have to break that into 2 paragraphs. Okay, like this, you will get about 3 to 4 marks. Okay, for this answer here. Then B is that don't put day. I told you before already. I told all of you don't put day. Be more very specific. Even though it's like very you keep repeating the NHS, the government, the British government, you still must be very precise. And you see, when you wrote this, then this suggests that what? You did not complete this sentence. And if this is a 7 marks, I'm not sure the Set 3 student, your teacher has go through usefulness skill or not, but you have to say useful and not useful. Okay, right. Yeah, I don't know why I'm writing this one also. Okay, let's take away this. Then I'm not surprised, but you still have to write I'm surprised also. And the last part of this one, Pei Kun, you have to break down 分门别类. You have to break down 3-point agree, 3-point not agree. You cannot put like that. And please don't put this, I mostly agree. Please take away this. Don't ever put this, I mostly agree. Never use the word I mostly agree. You're sitting on the fence. 明白 Pei Kun? Not against you, we are learning okay, from here. So you either put that I agree that the British citizen, blah, blah, blah. Then the second, let's say you agree, for example, I agree the British, so it's source A, source C, and source F, for example. Then you don't agree will be source B, source D, and source E, something like that. Then you cannot put everything like that. Cannot, okay? Don't do that. And then when you end, don't ever even put I mostly agree. Don't say that. It's either yes, I agree, I don't agree. Okay. So let's go to the answer. So I hope you can resubmit again, because if not, this one in your real exam, we're going to do that. The teacher will be very angry. Okay, to be honest. Okay. So let's go through the answer here. So you see, when you write 2 inference, when you write this 5 marks answer, children, I always say already, give 2 inference. Infer, I can infer, then the second inference, you can say this, I can also infer that the British government is ineffective. It's due to what reason? Yeah, I got student argues that, uncle, I just write 1 inference. It's fine. It's fine. But if 2 inference, just in case the first one is wrong, you've still got backup the second one. Okay, Pei Kun? Okay, can I move on? This one for you, I think most of the students here, no problem. Okay, Xiao Xing, I'm not sure because they haven't handed in the homework, so you have to get used to it. All right, so this one is also 6 marks. Then this is something like why, Pei Kun. When you ask you why, you must have the CMAO, the purpose. See the purpose here. See, the demonstration was helped but criticized. Okay, what is the purpose? When you see the question why, okay, let's look through this. The demonstration was, okay, yeah, this start with this one, so sorry. So we don't talk about 3 to, okay, we go straight 4 to 4 marks and above. The demonstration was held to criticize the British government for not providing sufficient support because NHS, the National Health Scheme, is unable to meet the healthcare needs of the British. The source shows that demonstrator protesting, you did that, Pei Kun, you did write this. But then you have to put that the demonstration will help, because if it's a picture, always remember there are four corners and the central attraction, the four corners of the picture. Okay, let me go through in case you forget, just for the sake of Qiao Xing, sorry. So four corner, one corner here, one corner here, one corner here, one corner here, and one corner here, and then the central attraction here. So you see, that's why they always say, do not cut corners. The four corners will give you a lot of information. How come I cannot move? The same thing here. You see? NHS, and then people here. This is a place called protester, another protester, another protester. So the whole street are filled with protesters that they are against it. And someone is 2018. That's about 3 years ago. Okay. Oops. How do I take away? Clear. Okay. All right. So Pei Kun, take note, huh? And all of you, those of you are listening, please also take note. So now I sorry, too much durian and chocolate recently. Then you have to mention about what is the purpose. If there's a why, you must have the purpose. You see, 5 marks for weak purpose. So when you see a 6-mark question in your coming Set 3 exam and your O-level exam, 6 marks, you must have a purpose. The demonstration was help to criticize the British government for not providing sufficient support because NHS is unable to meet the healthcare needs of the British. As a result, please write down this magic word. As a result, hence, thus, therefore. Okay. Demonstrator hope that the British government would implement more effective, and more efficient measures to remedies. And the source shows a group of demonstration protesting to be safe, as well as pushing for more fund, more beds, and more hospital. Okay, it's just like now the COVID-19. Okay, because a lot of ICU cases, a lot of people getting sick, whether you got COVID or not, so emergency case, sometimes maybe because of diarrhea, a high fever, nothing to do with COVID. We have enough beds for these patients. So what is the purpose of saying this? Okay, demonstration. Because the demonstrator felt that back in England, they do not have this enough healthcare to support them. Like Singapore, we have the MediSave, MediShield, and MediFund, right? I hope you all know what is that. MediSave is where only for adult who is working. For you children, you don't have. So you have to tag along your parents. For MediShield, is a co-insurance with an insurance company. So your medical bill is being split into half, as per se, maybe half. That you pay a bit using your MediSave and a bit from the insurance company. MediFunds are fund that is money that is given to those poor people like Hong Tou Jing, for example, or those single old people who have already exhausted their MediSave. They do not have money because they are retired and nobody care for them. And usually they are staying in studio apartments. So the MCYS or MDYS people come down and help them to defray the medical costs. That thank you to all your parents, children, that because of your parents who pay GST, income tax, corporate tax, and or ERP, whatever, all this money, I think allocated about 20% or so to put in the MediFund for these people who need money for medical attention. That's for Singapore. All right, so it's called MediFund. And now with the CPF Life, which is help you or your family members to cover all the way till the person's bye-bye. So this is called CPF Life. So this is very important. Okay. So now C and D. How far do you agree? Okay, Pei Kun. So you have to see, source C and D agree, stated this. Okay, nothing inspired this. So this is only 3 to 4 marks. You don't do 1 to 2 marks anymore. Okay, this is the higher order. This is 7 marks here. Pei Kun, why not? Maybe you read, then I explain, will be easier. Can or Pei Kun? Is it okay? Because it will help you to do that, okay? Yes.
So I read the L3.
Yes, the L3. Thank you. I'm looking why how come Yao Yi is not in, right? Yao Yi is not in, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, on.
Sources C and D agree with one another in terms of the British citizens being proud of their NHS. Source C states that nothing inspires national pride quite like the National Health Service. More than 2/3 of respondents in a recent poll say that they consider establishment of the institution, which turned 70 this week, to be Britain's greatest achievement. And Source D states that Dr. Mark Porter, leader of the Doctors' Union, the British Medical Association, and the fund's finding were dear evidence that our much
Maligned, much
maligned
maligned, and
much
NHS.
maligned NHS is one of the top performing healthcare systems in the world.
Okay, so do you realize by writing like this, without further go in and maybe with cross-referencing, 你已经拿到3 to 4 marks already. Okay, but what if you say supported and explained with evidence? That's why remember last week, right? We are talking about Ray Zhe did not kill Xing Yu, right? Because there's got cross evidence. Remember that? The example, right? Xing Yu, correct now? Xing is still alive, don't worry. Right? Remember the example? Objection, Your Honor. Because Ray Zhe is a very nice boy. He helped the old lady to cross the road. I mean, come on, Pei Kun. This kind of evidence doesn't support him, correct now? You must have the support like Ray Zhe was in the pub with 2 friends drinking and things like that, correct? That makes sense, ma? Right, okay. Liang Ti, don't mind you turn on your camera. Thank you. All right, so carry on for the next one. Now, with the support come.
Sources
Liang
C
Ti,
and D agree with, wait,
thank you, Liang Ti. You still haven't taken
sources
away your
C and
mustache.
D-
Source C and D agree with one another.
Source C and D agree with one another in terms of the British citizens being proud of their NHS because NHS is effective or meet the healthcare needs of British citizens of quality healthcare services. Or both sources agree in terms of the NHS is good enough for the British because of recognition NHS received. NHS is effective or meet the healthcare needs of British citizens of quality healthcare services.
Stop. 你没有错啊，我 suddenly 想到东西 I think of something. When you are reading this, children, I hope you all pay attention because this NHS can change to MediSave, MediShield, or medical healthcare in Singapore. Okay, so from this, excuse me, from all these sources, they might turn into a diversity about healthcare, taking like social economic status to meet certain level of needs. Okay, like class C, class B1, B2, and A1, that kind of classes. So this is from the British point of view. And what if the source is using Singapore point of view, or even using Switzerland point of view as a healthcare? So you must be open-minded. And some of the word can be used is, for example, it's not good enough, it's good enough, recognize the word effective, okay, things like that. So carry on, source C.
Source C states that nothing inspires national pride quite like the National Health Service. More than 2/3 of respondents in a recent poll said they considered the establishment of the institution, which turned 70 this week, to be Britain's greatest achievement. And Source D states that Dr. Mark Porter, leader of the Doctors' Union, the British Medical Association, said the funds were clear evidence that how much maligned NHS is one of the top performing healthcare systems in the world.
Okay, so you see, whatever you do, I bet you are please. From any source base, whether it's history or social study, I'm not sure about geography, please quote with evidence to support it. No, we are very frustrated when we as a marker, when we mark paper, and we know the student understand the source, and yet the student don't want to quote from the source. We feel very frustrated and very frustrated. So please, then I got students say, but Uncle Raymond, I cannot find the quote. I don't know whether this quotation correct or wrong. What happens if I quote wrongly and things like that? Okay, fair enough. You may not know whether this quote is right or wrong, but it's better than you don't quote. Yes, you quote wrongly. That means, yeah, the most you mark your this quotation wrong, but your explanation in there. What happened? The other 50% of chance that you quote correctly. Think about it. It's just like multiple choice, like got A, B, C, D. If you don't fill in the answer, it's a 0%. But if you anyhow just test your luck and choose one of the answer, you got a 25% chance to get it correct. So please, for now on, please, everything you quote or must show evidence. Okay, please, go. Source C.
Policy states that now infant mortality rates has been reduced by more than 80% since 1960. Deaths from strokes and heart disease has fallen steeply, linked to greater use of preventive medication, including statins and drugs to reduce blood pressure, and to the decline in smoking, which is partly the result of policies such as the indoor smoking ban.
Okay, you see
This
there's a
means
code here, sorry. You see the code here, the mouse I'm pointing here and all the way to here. Please, no need to code so long, seriously. This is for us marker, examiner to mark. The most you can code from here all the way somewhere here or take this all the way to here is enough. No need to code so long. Please don't waste too much time on coding such a long. Excuse me, as long as you quote certain phrase or sentence is good enough, all right? This means that NHS is
This
successful.
means that-
Yeah, carry on.
It means that NHS is successful or effective or good enough because NHS meets the healthcare needs of British citizens.
Okay, you have to,
So-
I got one student suddenly asked me this, Uncle Raymond, is it the needs or the wants of the healthcare? Two different things. I need a notebook and I want a notebook. It's two different things. Okay, the needs is that because people needs for healthcare because they got these long-term illnesses like diabetes, high blood or stroke patient. That's how come they needs it. And since they needs it, and with the government subsidy in Singapore, therefore you must take note of the pioneer generation and the Merdeka generations, and also with Singapore citizens above certain age, they have subsidies. That is what the needs. When you want, for example, do you know you can use your MediSave to go and extract your wisdom tooth, use your MediSave to do certain surgery. But同业, I'm not saying you, I'm just giving you an example. 如果 Uncle Raymond 已经这么 handsome 了，我要弄得更 handsome 了。I know you're going to vomit already, but never mind, endure first. 我去 Botox 我可以用 MediSave 吗？不可以？Okay, 嘉玲 okay, I know you're all very handsome already, no need. So I'm just saying that like Botox, all this surgery not allowed to. But what happened is like my mommy is going for the leg operation, my mother, in next month. She's going for operation. It's about how much? $15,000. A lot. So I have to use the MediSave, MediShield, and some insurance and cover here and there. This type, the government will heavily subsidize. Just in case you happen to come across this kind of source space, take note. Okay, like surgery, 整容这些, no way. Or I want to brighten, beautify my teeth. Oh, if I want to do root canal, okay, that's what I do. I lost one of my tooth. So can I do root canal? No. The most I think just only subsidy about $800 of my MediSave. I have to pay about $3,000. The whole process of a root canal is about $4,000. So I only can pay maybe subsidize $800. Okay, carry on. But Source D
states that a combination of rising patient demand, staff shortages, and falling funding is undermining the very foundation of the NHS, as is the constant short-term interference from politicians of all colors.
When you say for all colors, it's all races. Okay, from here it's for all races. This means that
the NHS unsuccessful or ineffective or not good enough because NHS is facing problems that will deter them from achieving their objective.
Okay, so now you see this is a 7 mark. Just 1 mark, no. My students say, seriously, 1 mark must write like that. I'm so sorry, Xiao Xing and any one of you, Jia Ling, Liang Di, if if your teacher say, don't waste time, don't write this, I don't think it's doing justice to you. Okay, I never believe in telling you, okay, you just answer like that will do. Okay, don't do this. I got one student who is retaking O-level this year. He's now in Poly 2. And when he came to tell me, in the comprehension passage, you have to quote three evidence, then you explain the evidence, right? Remember, there's this kind of question. Quote 3 evidence and support why these 3 evidence. Right. The teacher told him, no need to do if you don't know how to do. If your vocab is not strong, no need to do. Okay, later I'll give it to you. Oh, you type the wrong number, huh? Okay. Ayo, then you call who? Is it a girl or boy? Jia Ling? If it's a girl, let me know. I call her. Okay. Guy, you can keep it. Never mind. Okay. Just kidding. Okay. So you see, this teacher told my student, the ex-student say, look on the vocab not strong. If you don't know how to do, skip. And that one's 3 marks left. Even though this is 1 mark, it doesn't do justice to you. Please don't give me a crap story and say, uncle, I don't know how to do. I got no time. Okay. 你听过这句话吗？星宇，送佛送到西，听过？OK， 赵璇听过吗？送佛送到西，有没有听过？
听过，可是不熟悉了。
乔星宇听过吗？送佛送到西，没有听过啊？同业有听过吗？Seriously yeah, okay. This means that if you want to do it, walk the extra mile 送到位. That means go all the way. Go, don't believe it. Tomorrow ask your Chinese teacher 有没有这个字？送佛送到西啊。Okay, so this is what I meant here. 7 marks. 贝坤 take note, all of you, when you come to this kind of questions, you agree or not agree, you have to complete this important part. Don't tell me you got no time. Let's go. Saucy is trying
to praise the NHS for being effective, successful, or good enough to manage the healthcare needs of the British citizens. Because NHS can meet or address the specific healthcare needs of the British citizens. As a result, the author hopes that the British government will continue to ensure that NHS provides quality healthcare services for the British. But source D is trying to warn the British government about the NHS being ineffective, unsuccessful, or not being good enough in managing the healthcare needs of the British citizens, because of the many problems or challenges the NHS has to overcome. As a result, the British doctor hopes that the British government can implement more effective measures to remedy, save, or reform the current NHS system.
You see, this all the NHS that's Bacon that you read. You can change it to MediSave. And the British government, you can change it to Saucy is trying to warn the Singapore government. Then Saucy is trying to praise the MediSave for being effective. So you can use this in the other side of the story for Singapore healthcare. This one, surprise, okay, Bacon, look, you see, just a quick one. This is only 3 to 4 marks. The actual one, so okay, just in case I forget, this is my number. 98515718, that's my number. Yu Ming has been WhatsApp me for many times already. Thank you, Yu Ming. I really appreciate for your submission of your homework. No matter how late, Yu Ming, you can justify. Correct, Yu Ming? Can you tell the class you can justify? No matter how late you submit to me, I will do my best to reply you as soon as possible. I even argue with you over the WhatsApp. Cannot. Then later I found out your teachers was absolutely right, but I still insist my point to be right in real life. So you may keep it up. All the best to your exam. So you see, my dear Bacon, please tolong please. You know what's tolong? Chuchu ni not surprise and surprise 一定要写的啦。Bacon, if people ask you, Bacon, you saw Uncle Raymond, right? Are you surprised Uncle Raymond is a gay? So how do you tell? Yes, I'm surprised. No, I'm not surprised. Get it now? 记住你不可以写一个 surprise 这样 then you stop it The most you only get how many marks here? If you say I'm surprised by this, only 2 marks. Do your best to give like that, okay? Can? Or not you, Pei Kun. Because there are some of you here, I don't want to mention the name. I don't want to mention is Xing Yu and Xing Chen. Xing Yu was like, huh? Were you meh? Or I don't want to say it's Zhao Xuan also. Huh? Were you meh? Just 开玩笑啦，笑多一点，我知道考试要到了。And then I cannot get it over and done with. You know what? Every day now is 500 case. Wow. I mean, in the bank account got $500 every day, I don't mind. 700 case is getting more and more ridiculous. Okay, so Bacon, okay, I want to let you read this one. Let's go. I read first since you're tired already. Listen, Bacon, I'm reading L4. Source E is supported by background information. You see, you can use background information. Now you understand why Bacon background information choose 5 keywords is the most important. Chao Sing, are you there? If you should know what is background information, Chao Sing. Then this one, just for your benefit, fair to you, must be fair to you. So I told my student this background information, at least 要 underline 5到6个 keywords. 这5到6个 keywords is to help you for your sources here, all these sources here. So each keyword represent all these things. How it works, don't worry, the next few lessons, but just remember 5 keywords from there. Where's my surprise question? Okay, here. The background information states that with the exceptions, some charges such as prescriptions, optical services, and dental services, the NHS in England remains free at the point of use for all UK residents. This means that NHS is good enough for the British citizens because healthcare services are accessible, affordable, and achievable to all British citizens. Thus, SOSI is reliable. Next one, SOSI is opposed by SOSF, as SOSF states that who had accompanied her 87-year-old grandmother who was lying down and complaining of excruciating pains in the lower back. It's been more than 5 hours. In addition, you see there's a dot here. I got student ask, 可以咩? 可以这样吗? Yes, it can be done. Nothing wrong, okay? It's already stated it can be done, but don't, what about you saying, how about I type, then dot, then continue to write, and then write, dot. It still can be done, but be careful. Because sometimes when you dot, you might miss out some important information, so be careful. In addition, other patients say they had been turned away and referred to a pharmacist or general practitioner because their cases were not deemed urgent enough. This means that NHS is not good enough for British citizens because NHS does not meet the healthcare needs of the people. NHS is inefficient in providing healthcare service. Thus, SOSI is unreliable. And you realize this part here, 6 to 7 months. So you say, I'm not surprised that the British would support NHS and portray, right now this word, portray. This word is super useful to use in anything, not just for NHS or Medisave. You can say that, if you say the baby bonus, you know what is baby bonus, Tong Ye? Okay, Jia Ling, everyone know about baby bonus? Chao Sing, you know what is baby bonus? Okay, this baby bonus is to help to defer the cost, help people to have enough money for $1 matched by $1. So this is to portray that the government is supporting what? Can anyone tell me? Liang Di. Suddenly I see your mouth so nice, so suddenly I think of you. So what do you think the government want to portray to tell the citizens of Singapore?
Oh, travel return.
No, 这边没有. So我只是要用这个字 portray. So no baby bonus, right? So the government wants.
I only know baby boss.
Hey, can you stop telling me baby boss? You know why? My younger son has been watching baby boss every episode until I see it. Then I always argue with him. How come baby boss? How come the baby boss can talk? Okay, that's my son. Okay, that's this guy. Okay, go away. Okay, okay, baby bonus. Why you use the word portray? Why the government want to portray such a things that this baby bonus is good for young couples or couples who are getting married, want to have children?
I think it's like to encourage them to like have more babies.
Yes, to portray, to tell people, come to Singapore. Okay, as long as you're a Singapore citizen, you give birth more. 政府讲很奇怪他给钱很容易你叫他3更半夜起来喂奶3更半夜起来换 Pampers 啦对吗 ？Correct agree 了，亮弟，讲很容易给钱吗 ？Midnight you wake up and feed your baby breastfeeding, see cannot. So ladies and gentlemen, think about it The first 5 years of your life your parents have to wake up in the middle of the night to feed you. Now it's about time for you to burn midnight oil and study for your result. No matter how tired they are, they will wake up in the middle of the night to change your pamper and feed you and burp you. So please, ladies and gentlemen, okay, 他们用心良苦，你也是要用心良苦。Agree 了，贝坤 ，agree 了。The first 5 years of your life, you don't tell me, mommy, give me your neng neng. I make myself, I drink myself, I change my pamper. No way, right? So think about it, okay? So it makes sense. So this is what portray. your parents portray an image 就是无微不至。You know what is 无微不至哦？听过哦？星宇有听过吗？没有。我不要问你赵贤有听过哦？无微不至，听过吗？
Yeah, of course.
Oh, did I use it correctly? Are you surprised that I use it correctly or not surprised? So which one? Surprised or not surprised?
No, just
Not surprised, right? 谢谢你，感恩、感谢、感激、感动。All right. So let's go. I'm not surprised that the British would support the NHS to portray the NHS in a positive light. Right now, you can use positive light and negative light. By emphasizing on the benefit of NHS to British citizen, identify the general impact already. Okay, so the British citizen. In addition, it is being published in an Australian journal. Third party already. So it's definitely there's no hidden agenda. There's no what do you call benefit to it. There's nothing that they can take advantage of that. So there is no such thing as that use being prejudice or favorism for that particular source. So thus making it a credible source. Right now, this word credible source, right now this word credible source, because it is internationally recognized for being able to meet the healthcare needs of the British citizen. I'm not surprised that most of the British would support NHS and portraying the NHS a positive light by commending that the NHS is accessible to all British. Then you identify the impact. By what impact? As it is published in the Australian journal recently, thus it is a credible source because it is internationally recognized for being effective in meeting the healthcare. So you see, by saying that, I'm not surprised with these two things, supporting it. But you also can say that I'm surprised that this source is like that because it might have same similarity of their healthcare system, because Australia used to be a colony of Britain, so it might have shared the same vested interest together. All right. Now this is the one where it's all sources. Pei Kun, take note here. Look here. So you say source B and D do not agree. You see? So Pei Kun, when you're doing the 10 marks question, children, please pay attention for your coming exam. I got student ask, are you sure, uncle? Have to 讲到全部那个 source 咩？我可以选两个 yes， 两个 no 吗？ Can I choose two agree, two not agree? Can. Then you only maybe get 4 to 5 marks. What happened the one that you choose two agree and two not agree? Pei Kun is wrong one. It's not a correct one. Then 干脆利落啦，全部都用到完了，对吗？一针见血 all use it. So you see? So Pei Kun and rest of you listen. When you're writing this, you must say, okay, source B, C, D, A, F like this. B and F disagree. Okay, this like that. By writing like that, Pei Kun, you already got 2 marks already. Okay? Then you further elaborate, explain. Okay? Elaborate, explain with example, you see? Make sense? 还有吗？我看没有了哦。等一下okay. Please, I trust you that you are reading. 子玉、瑞哲、星辰、赵璇、星宇、奕晨 how are you? Okay? You feeling better? 亮弟有说，亮弟有没有图啊？ This one I don't want to go through because it's just like you agree and not agree, then you explain and support with evidence. Sometimes the source that I think is agreeable, but you might think that it's not agreeable. Nothing wrong. Jialing, you got my handphone ready? Thank you, sir. You ready, Jialing? I already cross-reference and usefulness with Yu Ming already. So it's just now you saw him thumbs up already, right? So got any question, please feel free. The only time I don't reply you is when I'm driving or I'm having a meeting. So every time when I see my students send me a message, if I can, I will reply immediately as soon as possible. Tongye, okay so far? I'm going to go for your set 4 one, for those set 4 students ready. Okay? Pei Kun, feel better now? If you're still not sure, don't worry, please, for goodness sake. Continue to send me message and ask me, hey uncle, 我做的对吗? Cross-referencing, 不用紧，我不会 charge 你GST 的。Okay? You can ask Yu Ming, I don't charge you GST, right, Yu Ming? Did I charge you GST when you send to me about 11 plus PM? No, right? If you agree, thumbs up. Yu Ming, are you there? Thank you. I see cross-reference. So are you surprised or not surprised? Okay, thank you. Yes, 笑多一点. Okay, right? Now I'm going to go through this one for the set 4 student. Please pay attention. But it will help you later on for the set 3 student. Anyway, you can use it. Okay, guys. But anyway, children, if you want to look through the answer for the NHS, I will put it in the Google Classroom, all right? So chapter 9, how do we respond to tension arising for some economic impacts of globalizations? Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that yesterday was a very, very sober, sad, miserable day for a country, right? You know which country now? Jialing. Which country?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Okay. Chelsea, do you know which country was the most miserable day yesterday?
Oh, USA.
USA, right? The 911, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So why is that there is this 911 terrorist attack? Is it got to do with the countries, the companies, or individuals that make the whole entire during the 2011 911 attack? It was a very, very significant, was it? Yeah, very bad one. That is a disaster, first time that history's happened. So does it impact the economy? Absolutely impact. So let's go for voting. Let's go for voting. Now, global economies have this three things: countries, companies, and individuals. Okay. Now, this is how it looks like. China, and I know recently China has clamped down a lot of tuition center in China, right? Is it true? Is it true, Pei Kun? Yeah, Liang Di, is it true? Zhao Xuan, is it true? Clamped down a lot of tuitions in China. And then I heard, and those faces like Lu Han, you know who is Lu Han, right? You know who is Lu Han? 他是我的表弟，我是陆地。
You mean the one last time from EXO one?
Yes. My cousin, he's my cousin. 他是陆涵，我是陆地。同业我比我讲废话了。Okay, so you can see, nowadays a lot of advertisements show a very nice, gentle faces like Lu Han. The once most memorable movie that I've seen was The Great Wall of China. If you all watch that movie, you know, finally he sacrificed himself. But I like his dance. I like the one you watched. I watched the 奔跑吧兄弟. If you all know what I mean, every episode without fail one, I will show watch one. Okay, and then the way you saw. And now I heard China also clamp down for not this kind of advertisement. It's also got to do economies. He want those very handsome face, very macho face to show in the advertisement. And then they correct me, but they also want to clamp down about those celebrity, 那个赵薇who was showing a 还珠格格, those celebrity to clamp down because of some payments. Is it got to do individual? Now think note, I'm not talking rubbish here. Okay, I want you to think of this. Okay. And then they also talk about this 谢霆锋 You know who is that, right? You know who is Xie Tingfeng? That one also my cousin also 赵璇，你说什么人都是你的 cousin 的，还有谁不是你 cousin？ 你跟我讲Donald Trump 不是我 cousin。Okay, so 你看谢霆锋 recently also got dual citizenship, and then you know he's a very popular artist, celebrity. Is it got to do with individual, or got to do with countries, or got to do with the companies that he worked? So this picture tells you, look at this. This picture might be outdated. It's a matter of time that China is going to take over the United States as well as other parts of the country. You have to listen carefully for Set 4 students in case the exam come out. Which one is the most significant impact to the global economy? Okay, so can I have a vote now? Each hand. Okay, 一晨你帮我 tabulate 好吗? Okay, let's start with you first. Which one will you support? Okay, this will be A, B, C. Sorry. This will be A, B, C. A is individual, B or C. Can I start first? Okay, I will start. I will choose. You count Uncle Raymond vote. I will choose C. Countries has a biggest impact to economy. Then later I'll explain to you. Yichen, which one will you choose?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll choose companies.
Okay, companies. So you put one vote for companies and one vote for country. Back to you, Tong Ye. After that will be Qiaoxing, Xingyu. Those who don't like to talk, you can just put in the chat group, okay?
C, countries.
Okay, C, country. Okay. Zhao Xuan choose B for countries. Rei also choose B. Okay, you can type in the chat group now. Qiaoxing, you can participate as well, please. Jialing also B. Wow, companies.
Okay, so B is company.
Yes, B is company. C is country.
C is country.
Yeah, A is individual.
Okay.
Correct. Can somebody help me to type there if you want to? Okay. So C, Tong Ye also choose C. Okay. Qiaoxing, which one do you choose?
C, countries.
C, country. Thank you, sir. Who else? Yu Ming, have you choose? Yu Ming choose already. 你会不会太快？每个人选了，贝坤你选了吗？选了哈。子玉你选了吗？子玉，thank you. Thanks. Put here B, and then C. Thank you. ありがとう。Merci beaucoup. 子玉 C OK。没有子玉还没有选呢。子玉你选了没有 ？Have you choose your which one? 子玉 are you there? So can you just put the vote here? Okay. Let's Yichen, can you put the vote for me here? No. I mean, how many vote for countries? We got 14 of us here. Ziyi, C. Okay, thank you. Can you put the number for countries? How many votes are there? Can you tabulate, please? Hey, nobody choose A. 5. Country 5. Oh, then companies?
Oh, plus you 6.
Plus me 6. Okay, change 6. Company, so individual 0. Individual 0. Wow. B a lot. Oh, so cannot be same one. The who haven't voted yet? Jialing, you vote now. Rachel vote now. Xingchen, you vote already, Xingchen? Have you voted, Xingchen? Who else? Hey, are you sure 7 or company 7? Plus me Xingchen also add in. Very close fight.
Okay, wait, let me count again.
To be honest, okay, let's ask for those who are choosing companies. Who is choosing companies? Okay, Lang Ti, why you choose company? Set 4 student, take note. Because those points that those Set 3 students saying might be very helpful for your this coming exam also, in your knowledge scope.
Because I think that, like, wait, I think first I don't want to explain.
It's okay, Mama. Like, okay, come back to you. Xingyu, you use A or B or C? Xingyu.
C.
C 啊 ，OK C 不要讲先。Who choose B 啊？A lot of C 嘞，not many B 啊。嘉玲 ，why you choose B？ 瑞哲说 choose B，OK。赵轩的说choose B，OK。来，嘉玲 ，why you choose B？
I changed my answer to C already.
你叛徒，你跑来我们这边
Because I
，OK。
thought B was countries.
OK，so choose countries 啊，OK。瑞哲 ，why you choose companies？
The companies make up the backbone of the. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The companies make up a backbone of the economy. It's like, are you expecting your own country to actually produce goods and do stuff without a company to produce the stuff?
瑞哲 you are not taking history, right?
I know.
You're not taking history, okay. 同业 you know why I ask this question because you are taking history, right, 同业 Are you taking history? Wait, okay. Agreeable to you to certain extent, Razor. Thank you. Okay, let's ask who is B. 赵轩，你选公司啊？为什么呢？
Yeah.
为什么？
Because I personally think that the country cannot operate without the companies.
Oh, okay.
It's like you have your country, but then you have no companies to support your economy. So I think it's like company is more important.
Thank you, sir. You also didn't take history, You don't take history, okay, 同业 Okay, listen, why I'm attacking, not attacking 同业 So you didn't take history. Okay, who else take B? Can you own up, please? Okay, Lang Ti, can I go back to you now? Why choose B?
Oh, I got the same thing as him. I thought B was country.
Oh, so you also choose C,
Yeah, because I thought that.
Okay, those students who never take history, you have to understand. Stalin used collectivizations and industrializations to make the economy grow. Hitler also used economy, using country. 没有国就没有家，听过这句话Make sense, right? In fact, the country itself is the most important pillar because we are talking about different ideology. Back in World War I, we have capitalisms, communisms, Nazisms, socialisms, militarisms, imperialism, democratic republic, and capitalisms. So all these are the ideologies that form from different parts of the countries. The country itself has different ideology to set out the different set of companies. That is why in Russia, which is communist countries, most of the companies belongs to the countries. And there's no such thing as individuals. That means there is no privatizations. I only agree to Liang Ti or Zid Razor who are mentioning about companies, the backbones, which is true. For a capitalist, SME, small medium enterprise, make a backbone out of the whole entire economy, maybe 70% estimate in Singapore. I'm talking about Singapore. And most of the countries, like in US, we are talking about Nike, Adidas, Reebok in England, or Nokia, no more already, Nokia in Finland, or the Toyota or Ferrari, all these companies, you realize that when you talk about Ferrari, you think about Italy. When you talk about Taobao, you think about China. When you talk about this Tom Yam soup, you think about Thailand. Make sense now, children? So the companies is actually, yes, I agree with you, Areta. It's definitely agree with you. If you are saying that, the backbone, yes. But then because of the countries decide what kind of business the individual's company must do, must produce with the food and things like that. Like Singapore now, we are talking about sustainability. It's the country to make the first move to start off the the spark burning off to say, hey guys, we got to do eco-friendly. Hey guys, we got to do sustainability. We have to build on the rooftop to have some vertical farming and things like that. Then the company comes in. And when the company comes in, take note now, the company got this Skill Future, 90% covered by the government funding to employ the senior citizens, the senior workers, the workers that are being retrenched. So therefore, I choose countries is because that is my stand. Without the countries, don't go and tell me what you want or what operation you want. Because if the countries write down, it doesn't have a legal, or doesn't pass the bill, or doesn't give you the rights to do business, sayonara. Agree now, Jialing? Make sense? Agree now, Xiaoxing? Yes. Agree now, Zhao Xuan? The two of you who don't do history now, you understand why? If those people who are doing history, you will understand about Stalin and Hitler. They use the country to motivate, to move the entire nations to rally behind him, that you see, because of the Jews who took over our jobs. You see, like in the Qing dynasty, okay, the last dynasty in China, 为什么是共产党? No, sorry, 为什么是国民党? Oh no, sorry. Was it because of the warlord? 那个袁世凯，然后就是变成国民党，孙中山。Then later about this Mao Zedong, you realize this from a nationalist to a capitalist, then slowly to a communist. You evolve the company changes and how you do business. Therefore, okay, in the exam or in future, when you do business, this is very impact to your poly who you are doing business, because I'm in the background of business. My degree is in business IT. Okay, so I also help my previous company to do this type of thing. So company policy, legal systems is very important to make the economy runs. So when you are studying finance and business in your poly next time, you will understand why countries plays the most important part. Look at Afghanistan now, ladies and gentlemen. Zhao Xuan, you know, Afghanistan is now really very chaotic. All the sea, calamity, chaos, crisis, a casualty. So, Zhao Xuan, 你要不要去那边做生意？赵贤，不要，我给你100万啊，你去那边做生意啊？
No lah, I want my life lah.
So now you see, it's not about companies, right? Right, it's about the moment you think of the country. Before you can go 请你把那个胡子留长一点先然后你就像那个塔利班这样 ，then 你就可以去，然后你要去山丹单到很大then 你的胡须要很长Uncle Raymond 可以，因为我2天不 shave 我的胡子就很长，我准备要放一个 pigtail 在这边，放一个 pigtail 然后绑辫子一条，很美then 我就可以去了。瑞哲 was like, hey, don't laugh that. I got a friend really got a pigtail like that, no? You put the beard so long and then tie. Okay, this is nothing to do with this one, Okay. So, okay, conclusion is now you understand why. Zhao Xuan, we win you. Very good. From this little survey, we know that individuals has no power to determine. But these individuals only got one power. If this individual is in a country has a leader. Now, Xingyi, do you agree during Donald Trump, he decided a lot of things, right? He anti the Chinese, built a war with the Mexico, right? Correct now. Stop the Muslim. So he stopped yes, he built the economy very well in US, but he become the thorns in the eye with a lot of countries. That is why countries is 息息相关. Okay, why war started is because of countries, the two leaders cannot see eye to eyes, and it end up like that. And even in such a way that when the country is at war, they will ask the companies to pull out from the country. So therefore, countries make a very strong determinations to decide what factors the companies produce, which individuals, even if we are talking about, okay, I don't know, is it true? All of you, recently I never heard about Jack Ma. And I heard a lot of news like Jack Ma was like, don't know where it goes to, and things like that, right? And how true it is. He's the individual who want to move the whole thing. So I don't know, these rumors. So a global economy, okay, take away the ABC, thank you. Okay, so it's a definitions, meaning that the global economy is the world economy and or is the worldwide economy. It's also the system of trade industry across the world that's emerged due to globalization. In other words, the ways in which country economies has been developing to operate collectively and so on. Meaning that, you see, it's not about the individual, it's not about the companies like Nike, Adidas, Starbucks, KFC, BreadTalk, Hai Di Lao, all this. It's about the country who allowed them, write down, very important, the accessibility, the freedom to do business is very important for Set 4 students. The freedom to do business, the taxes. Chelsea, imagine now I ask you to go to UAE, Saudi Arabia. You know where is it? The Middle East. You know that side is no taxes one. You go there and do business, you can just drive Ferrari, no COE. Very good. Later, the government, you come back to Singapore, okay, I will going to tax you 40%. Will you want to go there and work? And then after 3 years, all the taxes you have to pay back to Singapore. Will you want to do that? Why not?
So like the Saudi Arabia, the countries are like not financial, like not really that stable. So like there's also war going on. Why not just stay here, pay the taxes while you work?
Oh, so you are not a risk taker.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, but what if I say you go to Qatar, UAE? You know Dubai? Dubai is a nice place. Okay, now I change. Dubai. Will you want to work there? Go for it. This is where, children, you negotiate with your company already, not the country anymore. Hey, boss, you want me to go work in Dubai? Because I'm an expert in certain field, right? Okay, then how? My taxes I have to pay to government there. That is where the company will negotiate with the country. Get it now? The company will help you to pay some of your taxes because 他需要你这个人才去 Dubai 做工，可能去 Dubai 开一个 pipe, water pipe or whatever. You know Dubai is desert 嘛，对不对？to do something， or 还是去 Dubai 教他们 is a new set of skills. Go. The world is your oyster. Why you stay there? Just because you worry to pay that kind of taxes? Hey, excuse me. The moment you go to Dubai or US to work and you come back, 你的身价不一样嘞。Think about it. 我已经老了，50多岁 I'm not interested to go anywhere. Okay, last time I was told to go Dubai to teach English alone, US $6,000 with accommodation, everything paid, free taxes. But 我还是不去，因为我想家，不是 taxes 就是 individual 了，对吗？小C, because I'm the only child, I need to take care of my mommy, I need to take care of my family. So this is me. So you see, what are the example of global economy? As of 2017, that was about 4 years ago when I do this for my students. You see, the following 15 countries or regions has a GDP, gross domestic product. You must learn all these things. And then the nomination of PPP, I can't remember what is that already. These are the countries, you see, that you realize Brazil is inside there. Brazil is inside there, even though it's quite a developed or developing country. But they have the one thing, one of the M. Rachel, what is the M?
N or M?
M for money, McDonald. Oh, you may, I just saw your questions. What is the question? The question is whether companies, countries or individual, which one do you think is the most biggest impact to the global economy? And we have concluded is countries that makes the difference. Yes. Why Brazil is inside here? Why not the African countries? Anyone can tell me? Which is the biggest for jungle in the world? Rachel, you are history,
And Geog.
Geog, then you must tell me which one is the biggest jungle in the world? Which country has the bigger?
Amazon rainforest.
Correct. Which country?
Brazil. Brazil.
Correct. Answer your question already? Then you will ask me, hey, hello, uncle. Biggest forest, biggest jungle in the world, what got to do with Brazil? Or what got to do with this economy? Right? And imagine I go there and chop all the trees, take out all the resources from there. You know what I mean now? You already say the largest Amazon jungle in the world. I got a very huge material, mineral. Got it now? Got it now? Wait, you study geography, you know, right? The physical environments and the what environment? The physical environment and human environment, correct now? Right? Imagine I take away the physical environment and build a lot of places in Amazon River and took out all the resources. And these are all the timber, the raw materials. Not just Brazil, there are other countries as well, like Argentina, Central America, and some part of Africa, like South Africa. South Africa also have a lot of resources. By right, your job, I have to tell you this because I also teach geography in the lower set. So this is where Brazil comes in to play a biggest part because Brazil has nothing, but it only can provide the materials. This is not just Brazil, there are other countries as well. We are talking about Peru. Have you heard of Peru? Anyone have heard of Peru before? Yes, Peru, right? Colombia. Okay, if you all study Cuban Missile Crisis, you should know Cuba produced the best cigar in the world, right? So what is the purpose of global economy? A global economy is an economy interdependence established between the most influential countries that drive the worldwide economy environments. It is also the aggregates of economic outputs, movement, and influence of all the countries. 你讲到这么多是什么呢? That means it's talking about how this G8, have you heard of G8 no? Have you heard of G8 and G20? 听过吗?
Sure, ask me.
Anyone, G8, 你听过吗, Liang Di?
No.
You go and Google it, G8 and G20. These are the biggest 8 countries to determine what to do. Okay, G8 will be, of course, involve US, Canada, Japan, China, Britain, France, Germany. I'm not sure Italy is involved or not. Okay, G20 will be more countries involved. So this is G8 and G18 in case your this globalization question comes out about G8 and G20. These are the biggest superpower. These are the richest country in the world that determine the whole entire economy, how to run, how to cut down pollutions, how to have eco-friendly sustainability, how to have free trade agreements. You will just sit down and talk. That's how they work. Okay?
Uncle Raymond. I don't think China is inside G8.
China is not in G8
I don't think so.
No, got China 好像有什么 不是 G8 就是 G20 了，一定会有的。你 check 一下 either it's G8 or G20. Okay, Singapore recently also take part. Lawrence Wong went down to France but he's just an observer. I think 他们邀请他去那边 to discuss about the economy things. You see, such a small country, we are invited to such a big events. It's really different. You see, and this country will help to bring about the companies as well as the individuals to have a nice platform to showcase their products. Okay, guys, if you want to do business in poly and university, it's very interesting. You need to you heard of cryptocurrency now? Anyone playing cryptocurrency? Hey, I got a set 4 student a few years ago. My ex-student played cryptocurrency, earned a lot of money, you know. And you know what's cryptocurrency, not? 赵璇，你听过 cryptocurrency? 没有啊 Anyone? 星辰有没有听过 cryptocurrency? 有啊 Okay, so this is another like digital currency, right? To pay things, Okay, and then got this harvesting for cryptocurrency. You see, that will be can be individual already. This one can be individual for cryptocurrency, but then whether the country accept cryptocurrency is another platform. So economic impacts on countries. Now, economic growth is one of the benefits of countries due to globalization. I think this one can be found in your textbook, if I'm not wrong. The few things you need to take note is a free trade agreement signed between countries, example of how globalization lead to. But can you put there are some countries don't support free trade agreement. They are more isolationist policy that they don't want to have free trade. They want to be protectionist. They don't want to affect their so-called 他们的饭碗. Okay, So for instance, Singapore and the US signed the free trade agreement that came into force. So it continued. But I know halfway through, they actually want to break away from the free trade agreement with Singapore. But somehow or other, we get back to with them. And some cases, I can't remember what is that, right? Sorry. So this increased the trade in this industry and hence increased the economic growth. Why? Economic downturns that maybe have previously only been limited to other countries now affect the world. And Singapore helped to become the anthropopod. With the meanings, the words called anthropopod means it's a central hub, a business hub, a health hub, an education hub, and a trading hub. So this hub will help countries who are not favorable with US or other European country will sell their goods to Singapore, and Singapore will somehow help them to sell the goods to overseas. So Singapore is like a middleman who help to do middlemen to trading for them. So it's a win-win situation. Since we have a very good locations, since we have a very honest, integrity, sincere, and trustworthy, it's called HIST, honest, integrity, sincere, and trustworthy. So all the companies will come to Singapore to invest, to innovate, and to innovate, and to what else? Invest, innovate, and involve. Yeah, correct. All right. So companies. So this one is countries. A country may withdraw its investment or reduce its demand for goods, hence leads to less income and employment. Take for example, I think all of you agree, right? Xingyi, like no, who would want to go North Korea and do business? You know, Singapore recently got one guy who want to sell things to North Korea, and you know what I mean? Hi, I just did my listening complete with my set 3 and 4. Sorry, whoever is sending me this WhatsApp just now. Okay, economy downturns. What else we say? Example of how recession. Yeah, you see. Take note of a global financial crisis in 2008 right now. It's very important because in my account it's a meltdown for a lot of companies because of the countries have a different policy. As a result, it makes the companies to go bankrupt. So cute. My police officer asked me, do I visit Chinatown? Because Chinatown got 66 cases. Okay. So nobody want to do business with North Korea, and nobody want to do with Cuba, and whoever submit things or supply things to North Korea might get into a big problem with the United Nations or even with the US. As you know, now the countries doing big business will be US, China, Japan, Canada, Britain, all these countries. Now, economy of companies. Larger market shares can be attained by companies due to globalizations. We know this is called the multinational corporations, and which can set up operation in different locations to maximize the market outreach. So, but then again, this MNC also depends on country to countries. Do you know, anyone has visited Vietnam before, Ho Chi Minh? In year 2000, I went to Vietnam. I don't even see a McDonald's in Vietnam. I never see a McDonald's in Vietnam because of the war they have with Vietnam, with US, right? Zhao Xue, the Vietnam War, right? So only recently they start to open up McDonald's in Ho Chi Minh. You see, then the companies can eat, like MNC can go in only when. Yes, you want to ask something? Chelsea, you want to ask something? Is it you raise up your hand? Oh no, okay. So only when the countries give the green light, say yes, you can trade, then you go. If not, sorry, you were not allowed to do it. Okay. So Singapore companies like CapitaLand have done so with the result to increase the market share with consumer. So in particular, CapitaLand is presented over 20 countries, you see. So you see, when these companies can go to other countries to invest in properties or things like that, the countries look into the healthy profit and loss. Anyone doing POA here? You will know what is POA. Will know their profit and loss, okay? And Okay, see, China and Vietnam are two popular destinations for MNC to move their productions to because these two countries have exceedingly low labor costs. And not true, I heard now China, the labor cost is very expensive. Do you know which two countries now take over? China, even Vietnam now also quite expensive. It's Cambodia and Laos. Okay, or even East Timor. Okay, so yep. So this results in a situation where SME are forced to compete against MNC. Not true. Sometimes they work hand in hand. Some MNC need SME to produce certain parts for them. Because right now, SME are a company that are specialized in their own expertise, in their professionalism, in their own areas. Okay. Yes, of course, MNC got their R&D, research and development. 我跟你讲this topic we are talking about business. One period cannot finish one. So if you guys are interested in business, anyone got EAE not? Set for student, anyone got EAE? No, nobody applied for EAE. So this EAE will help people to get into the different courses. So like we're talking about this kind of impacts like companies involving, it will help you later on to see what you have learned might be a bit, not a lot, but it can help you later on, okay? So you see like companies, you see one example of this would be Nokia in Finland. After the release of the iPhone, wow, you see, Nokia's just suddenly gone bust. Why? Because maybe their R&D is not popular, and because certain countries, they no longer want this kind of handphones, the features are not there. So what happens? So iPhones keep on changing. Remember, we are talking about technologies versus transportation. Remember the last week topic, we're talking about this. Was it transportation and technology, right? Which one do you think has the most significant impact? So technology is the one, correct now, that really changed the entire world now. And it's called a paradigm shift. Next, we're talking about individuals. Globalization leads to an increased ability of people to move around. So you see, these individuals, we have to go back to diversity. Where is it cultural or is it skill that people come to Singapore? Just like a lot of people say Changi Business Park is become Chiang Mai Business Park. A lot of Indian software engineer and project engineer or IT engineers are all there. What's wrong? They're experts. What? They are here to help Singapore to develop trace together or certain products that help Singapore to be on the smart nations. What's wrong with that? Right? Nothing wrong, you see? Like for instance, NTU engineers have been headhunted for a job in Dubai. So Chelsea, you might be one of them next time. We'll be going there to work. Because we have a very solid, I wouldn't say that this is very solid, a good education system, a very honest government that not many countries, not say many also, maybe a couple, or the main important thing is a country that is very welcome, multiracial, multi-religions and multi-languages, but the official language is English. So you see, this is where you're individual already. So loss in job opportunity may result due to increase in competition. So this is one thing that if a countries open out more companies to compete with the local companies, then you will affect individuals. That's why a lot of Singaporeans are very xenophobia. Why? Because they realize that the countries open up to a lot of foreigners to come to Singapore to work. Then it becomes that I'm redundant. Or these foreigners employ a lot of their foreign people from Philippines, from China, from Indonesia, from Vietnam, and then they don't employ Singapore workers. So now the government come up a clause that if an employer want to employ foreigners, you must give Singapore citizens or PR first. Then after 14 days, if the Singaporean and PR do not get the job, then you open up to foreigners. So there are people say, okay, now I purposely interview a lot, then I wait for 14 days, then I say, oh, all these Singaporean candidates are not suitable for the job. Then I go and employ my own country, fellow countrymen to Singapore and work. Then I give them S-Pass, E-Pass. Well, you can do that, but don't forget the government also sends officer and to go down to check on them. Is it true or not? Because if anyone were to complain that I went for interview and this company did not accept me, we can have a good talk. I think I best fit to this job, but I did not get this job. And if this company were to keep saying doing that, this company will be barred from a lot of benefits from taking from the governments, or even it might be straight out for doing business in Singapore. Okay, so you can play punk and say, I wait for after 14 days, then I employ someone. Because there's this question came up, if I'm not wrong, in one of the school that I saw it, I seen it. So then again, how true it is. So you have to be precautions that after 14 days, if there's no one willing to take this job, then you have to write a report and say that I did prove that. That's where the cross-referencing come in. Sir, the officer will come and check. Are you sure? How come these people complain that you don't give a job? No, what? I did offer him a job. The salary is this amount, but he rejected. We even counter offer him again, and he still rejected. Then sorry, lor. Then I look for another one. Another one, reasonable salary, but he asked for a lot of things. Then cannot, lor. Then no choice. Then I have to look for foreigners. Then with this cross-referencing and reliability and usefulness, then the officer say, okay, now you can employ foreigners. So this is where that's why some people complain they cannot get jobs, all these things. Then they will look for career coach to help them to beautify their resume, to know how to do grooming, because maybe that person who work for 20 years never go for the interview, and that is the first job, and suddenly the company retrench him or retrench her. Wow, was like suddenly cannot do anything. And he's a single, not married, bachelor or single. So how? So you go for a career coach and get to redo his resume and get to do how to do interview talking and things like that, and help them to look for companies that fit according to what he or she want and the salary scale. So all these are individuals that impact the economies. So now you understand, huh? I'm not sure how your school teacher explained to you, but this is supposed to be explained in this way, so that individuals will impact the companies when employability. That's why, children, you heard about Skill Future, right? Skill Future. That's why you heard about how we got this WSQ right now, or WSG, who helps people who got retrenched to look for a new job. The cryptocurrency, yes, is if you don't do well, of course, everything is like stock market, like what Ethan was saying. If you don't do well, of course, you lose a lot of things. You're playing share, easy come, easy go, money. Okay, it's only your hard-earned money, then you appreciate it. Okay, how do we respond to the arisings here? So recap, this one is all can be found in your textbook. Okay, please take note. That's a quick one, huh? So movement of people and goods, that's called globalization. Interconnections. I think last week we used a lot of T, right? The 6T: technology, transport, transfer of knowledge. And then what else do we have the T? I can't remember. Trade, taxes, tariff, all the T effect. Huh? So what drive? Is it transportations? Remember the technology? We talked about that, right? Like I say, it's now the 21st century is all about technology. That is the paradigm shift. That is where it's a leapfrogging that the whole entire world is looking at it because of technology. That's why you see the COVID-19, the vaccination, the vaccines is able to develop so fast. May not be very 100%, but at least we can slow down. Okay. So country economic growth downturns. Okay, yes, economic impact. Okay, so this one we talked about it already. So Starbucks, okay, like point here, Starbucks, okay, all these things we know that these are the companies that is a driving force that help the countries to increase sales, increase productivity, profitability, and employability. Because of all these foreign MNC come into Singapore to invest. Ya-Kun is definitely local, all right? So you take note about this one here. Here, okay? So remember, it refers to SME that is not more than 200 staff. That's for SME. Take note, huh? Anything that is more than 200 staff or turnover with 100 million is considered multinational company. Okay, so we have finished the the set 4 topics now. I want you to go through this one here, back to the lesson, which is this one here. So we talk about countries, companies, and individuals. Majority of us agree is country that make the trade-off, the benefits are for global economy. So we are supposed to do this one. Okay, we know what is curve for the diversity. Just a recap, the culture, the uniqueness of being diverse, and also the 3R, the rights, race, and religions, the values that we impart from generation to generations, because it's through our experience and expertise and educations. That's why the curve in Singapore is like that. Okay, we improve on it. That's why it's a different here, how we make a diverse society, how to close the gap. This one you all done already? Did I show you the answer, no, Tong Ye? Did I show you this answer? Did I show you this answer? Anyone? 有吗？没有的话来看啊，等一下我给你看。Where's my answer? Okay, let's give you the answer now. I expect you all guys to submit or please don't mind. Okay, let's go. Singyi, let's read the first one. I think I need to rest for a while. Okay, one way to foster better relationship.
One way to foster better relationship between foreign and local students is to implement a buddy system for all foreign students. From the moment a foreign student joins a school, a local student should be assigned to them as their buddy. This person can serve as the foreign student's consultant on issues relating to Singaporean and school culture and help to clarify confusions and provide support as the foreign students adjust to the new environment. At the same time, the foreign student can also share more about his country's culture, practices, traditions, and customs.
So you see, we can use the curve to implement here. I'm not sure about your school. My previous school, we have this buddy system. When the Korean immersion program came to Singapore, we will have, of course, it's a selective, those good students. Then the Korean student will stay in one of the students' HDB flat or landed property or condo, whatever lah. Okay, then they will go around to visit the interesting places, sightseeing the whole entire island. And then when it's about time for the Singapore students with my colleagues flying to Korea, then they even go to the 38 parallel to see the demilitarized place. They even stay in their house and enjoy kimchi. And some of them say, wow, Mr. Chong, when I go to the house, wow, their backyard damn big, man. The kitchen is really big. How big? Big enough to make kimchi lah. Wow, why? Because I saw the grandmothers doing the kimchi. Oh, so big, so nice, very cooling. Things like that, okay? So this is where eventually, why this is important, ladies and gentlemen, because one day these two children will grow up, become adults. So when they are adults ready, when the company want to send them to Singapore to work or vice versa, they already have this mindset that this country has already have a unique kind of cultures, the value that they have, that my company or even my family can work in that particular country like Singapore or vice versa in Korea. Right? Remember, I showed you my Korean student, right? Now he's back to Korea because he need to serve NS. Okay, things like that. So we know, because once you know people cultures and values, you tend to be more open. You tend to be no biasness. Carry on, Singyi, the next paragraph, please. Thank you.
One way to foster better relations between foreign and local students is for schools to organize more adventurous camps for its students. Such camps can be part of student CCA program. Their focus should be on experimental learning, such as through engaging students in outdoor activities. In school, foreign and local students may not spend much time interacting with each other. They might prefer to keep to themselves due to a preference for being with someone more familiar. However, Outdoor physical activities will require both local and foreign students to step out of their comfort zone and work together in teams to overcome various challenges.
Okay, just read the underline. Such a buddy system
Such a buddy system, when implemented on a large scale, helps strengthen the friendship between foreign and local students. As they learn more about each other's unique cultural practices and traditions, their understanding and appreciation of diversity increases and they will better able to relate to one another. This will help them feel more comfortable learning and working together.
So remember, this paragraph actually use what? The DEERL, describe, explain with example, and then the emotional feeling, how they feel. They feel good. As a result, they feel good, they feel comfortable, they feel safe. Then what? They'll build a better strong tie. That's the result, and therefore it linked to feel more comfortable. You see? Next one, last one, working together. Xingyu.
Working together to overcome adversity will help them to foster stronger bonds with one another, as well as help them discover more commonalities. This will help to deepen their friendship. As a result, they will more likely to interact with one another after the camps, thus serving to improve the relations between them.
It's just like Liang Di, some of you, you all play basketball. I don't understand at first. You play basketball only, why must you go to where? To Shanghai. My whole basketball thing have to go to Shanghai, to Liaoning, to Tianjin, just to play one basketball to interchange idea. But the difference is, I tell you, when these basketball players went to these places in China, 真的是另眼相看，百闻不如一见. When they came back, they say, wow, my goodness, their training is so tough one. Wow, the coach really scold them one. Wow, the coach this and that. Wow, the way we play, their stamina damn good. No. Now you see, you guys are very lucky. Singapore, score a bit, cannot. Score this, cannot. That cannot. But you see, when you go there, different. Now you know why they are always top in the Olympics. Now you know why these are these. Hey, hard work pays, no, children. So it's the same thing. Even though I'm teaching football, my football player never go to China. But after listening to their friends who went to China to play basketball, the interchange, the immersion program, they learn, they see, they hear that, and they start to see experience. When they are playing basketball, my friends with the coach, they really whack them. Hey, come on, guys, move, pass the ball, this and that. They begin to accept it. Because when they think of their friends in China who do this kind of basketball training, this is where hard work pays. So when we are playing football at the time, I always receive if the basketball player can do that. Guys, you can do this and run the whole football field for me. 5 rounds, then do push-up 20, sit-up 20, star jump, all these things. This is called discipline. This is why this immersion program, this foreign exchange, this title here really makes sense. This is where we as a teacher, we need to explain to you why this foster better relationship with foreign students help both parties. Okay? Why they come here? You see, from the foreign's point of view, when they come to see Singapore, the way they learn English, the Lubecks, they look at it, oh my goodness, I'm really behind times. The way the Singaporeans kids doing set 1 is equivalent to my only primary, their set 1 English is much higher than me. My English is like maybe primary 5 and primary 6, that kind of thing. So this is a very important, okay? I'm so sorry, a bit of dry coat. Okay, now next one, this is the most important. Okay, Pei Kun and the rest of you. Okay, Pei Kun, listen. This question is an 8 marks questions where you have to weigh whether the culture or the skills which is more important. As I mentioned before, culture is the most important. People come all the way because they make sure their culture is not being eroded, being eradicated, being eliminated. Therefore, they come to Singapore to make sure. But why people like Zhao Xuan, you don't like to, sorry, you yawn, I so yawn. 我的 lesson 很 boring 咩？你要 yawn 哎呦，可怜，这样我 make you happy a bit So Zhao Xuan, you realize you don't want to go Afghanistan, right? Even you pay so much, you also don't want. Why? It's not about the skill already, correct or not? Agree? It's not about the skill. It's about the culture. You cannot accept it, right? First, you have to have a long beard. True or not? You cannot have a long beard. You cannot put a turban here. You cannot walk under the weather. The culture is different. You may not accept it. Therefore, you decided, no, that's not my cup of tea. Therefore, I don't want to go there. Agree 啊，赵轩 ？You agree right？ 啊，那现在我叫你去日本可以吗？我叫你去日本做工要不要 ？Will you want？ 哎，你不要，你跟我讲，我去哈，我可以去那边吃很多寿司的。Okay, so depends on the country, see the culture. For me, if I ask me to go India, I cannot enjoy the food that they have. I cannot eat spicy food. So that's why culture to me is very important. All right. Okay, thanks to Zhao Xuan. Will you mind? Okay. The exchange and appreciation of culture, Zhao Xuan. Hey, just now you read already, oh? Did you read? You didn't read? Okay, come.
The exchange and appreciation of culture is one benefit of Singapore's diverse society. And Singapore is home to people from a wide range of different nationalities and ethnic groups. There are many opportunities for us to interact and learn from those who hail from different countries and cultures. This can result in fusion between local cultures and foreign ideas, and can result in interesting outcomes. For example, influenced by European cuisine, Chef William Low has created numerous fusion dishes blending Singaporean and modern European dining, such as soft shell chili crab with squid ink mantou and laksa pesto.
馒頭嘛，這是華語都會講饅頭。
饅頭 and laksa pesto linguine. Okay. His approach to fusion cooking has won awards and accolades from international papers such as New York Times and Financial Times.
Finally, people start to know that Singapore doesn't belong to China, and they know that Singapore don't snow. The four season is only rain or shine. They know that Singapore is in Southeast Asia, and this is where the little red dogs will shine based on their uniqueness of cultures and the value we share. That because it's four words, 赵轩，一视同仁啊 equalities to amongst. You realize just the food itself, we got laksa, you got mantou, you got chili crab, you got linguine, and all this. It's really like you know, 你吃过粽子哦？两耳粽子，牛虾rice dumpling. Then you can see now 月饼 also got different flavor. Last time when I was young, there's only 2 flavor or 3 flavor. Now got 鱼翅啦、燕窝. Why? Because the taste, the generation taste has started to evolve, to change. Therefore, the next generations their job is not just to maintain the uniqueness culture in Singapore, but to continue to flourish. So that's why I find that culture is more important. Back to you, Jialing. The exchange of skills, please.
The exchange of skills and knowledge is another benefit of Singapore's diverse society. Through collaboration, foreign scientists can share their knowledge and expertise with Singaporeans. Expertise with Singaporeans to strengthen our research competencies. For example,
competency. Sorry, I want to type to something. Yeah, competency. Yes.
For example, the Biomedical Research Council, BMRC, of the Agency for Science, Technology and Research, AStar, funds and supports public research.
Where are we? I'm lost, sorry. Public research initiative in Singapore. Yes.
With the BMRC support, internationally renowned scientists with the expertise and knowledge to jumpstart the country's biomedical sciences, such as 2002 Nobel Prize winner Dr. Sidney Brenner have moved to Singapore. They have provided leadership to local research institutes and mentored young local scientists. Such collaboration has boosted the quality of the research and work carried out by Singapore's biomedical industry and has led to significant discoveries such as the H1N1 flu vaccine.
Okay. This is the 7 marks, then the 8 marks. Okay. Carry on by Xing Chen.
By creating new and unique products, the exchange and appreciation of culture can help Singapore to gain greater recognition and prominence of the world stage. In addition, learning more about different cultures and practices can help to deepen our understanding and broaden our views of the world. This will make it easier for us to work within the increasingly diverse workplaces of today.
Carry on.
Thus, the exchange of skills and knowledge has improved Singapore's capability to innovate and led to outcomes that benefit human health. By helping to develop new industries, such exchanges also help to diversify Singapore's economy, create jobs, and generate economic growth.
Thank you. Xiao Xing, complete the last paragraph for the class. Thank you, sir. I think
that the exchange of skills and knowledge is a more important benefit for Singapore as it benefits the entire community.
Entire country.
My bad. Collaboration between local and foreign talent can greatly enhance Singapore's capabilities in an industry, hence helping to bring in investments and jobs that would boost economic growth, thus benefiting the country as a whole. The innovations that are the outcomes of such collaborations also have the potential to improve the overall quality of life for Singaporeans. On the other hand, the exchange and appreciation of culture tends to benefit a much smaller group of people, those who have and had the opportunities to interact regularly with a diverse group of people and who have then developed cross-cultural skills.
You see, thank you so much. Well read, Xiao Xing. You see, you realize that Uncle Raymond's emphasize more on culture. But this marker, this teacher, choose skill. Now, if you see that I sent to the whole group, it's called the Sustain Gain. Please download this software in your apps that you can bring in. And my company, Eco-Friendly, is also inside. Okay, so if you want to buy eco-friendly things, not that. This Sustain's founder was with her husband. She's actually an Austria. Austria 不是 Australia, 是 Austria. And she has been traveling around and she decided to stay here. Recently, her daughter went round to the kopitiam to paste the sticker to bring your own container to be anti-plastic bag and save the environment. So what it means here that, you see, her name is Caroline Bar, B-A-R. So she's the founder of this Sustain apps that help to bring the awareness for Singaporeans, and only for Singapore only these apps. If you go out of Singapore, no way. And recently, Uncle Raymond has given out the lucky draw, one of the winners for last July and August, okay, for sustainability and eco-friendly stuff. So what it means that because of this, is it to do with culture? No, it's more on the skills, more sharing. Because he come here because he think that Singapore, when she came to Singapore, she was being interviewed. If you go to the Instagram, you will know who is she. She was interviewed by the Waste Zero Management of Singapore. That when she came to Singapore, she realized they got MRT, got this, a very nice space, very integrated system, but they lack of this kind of green environments where people still use plastic bag, use plastic straw, things like that. How can we reduce and reuse and recycle and to make Singapore even a greener place, and where Singapore government has pumped billions of dollars in this project. So this is more that they say all these scientists come in now, it's not about culture already. It's about they want to share their skill, they want to share the same visions and missions to make just not Singapore a good place, safe and sound and green, but also to use it as a platform slowly to improve and expand to Southeast Asia. Get it? That's the reason, that's why skills are more important than culture. But for me, that I find that, you mentioned it's only a small group of people in the culture here. right? But for me, culture is very important because as a history teacher and a history student, I feel that for thousands of years, people travel like Marco Polo. Okay, they travel because of their culture, and even Chen Qi Si Han, Genghis Khan, Qin Shi Huang. You think you talk about all the great leaders, Alexander the Great, Napoleons. Okay, is it skill? More or less, they'll bring their culture there. Okay, that's what I feel. Okay, I'm more to a very conservative thinking. Nothing wrong, huh? So this one is more to like our dear friend, the Subscains founder. If you want to use a skill to share. So you see, this is real life. Please download the software and apps. It won't take much of your space. Then you go and see. You know what I mean? Okay, my company Eco-Friendly is there, so it will help to get some. Okay, next, this one here. Oh, sorry. Did I share? No. I'm going to end the lesson soon. I just want to share that next lesson, we'll be talking about this one here. Okay, for the Set 4 student, being part of a globalized world. Okay, that will be very useful. Now we're going to put this in the next lesson. We're going to talk about this. And as a homework, you can do it. Okay, so last question is, which will be the driving force for Singapore technology or transport, which is chapter 8. Okay, so next lesson, we will talk about this one here. Okay, any questions before I end the lesson? Stop recording.